guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And after this clip you just saw with two guitars, I decided to use the Just a Crank channel on the Katana. I'll probably do with a brown channel with more distortion, something like that. But when you had so much distortion to it, you don't really understand the perspective or the tone of the guitar, the tone quality of the guitars, because guitars with too many distortion will probably all sound very similar and very close, apart from sustain and stuff like that. But in the end, it's just a mess. So I decided to record here in Luna. This is a DAW from Universal Audio. A few clips with the Edwards guitar. You can see up here, it's the Edwards one. Beneath is the Gibson doing kind of the same chords. I have here an analyzer. It can be on or off, it doesn't really matter, because it's just showing the curve or the graphic for each guitar. And they do sound pretty different when I recorded them clean. And I think this is a test, a very important test, because you can see the characteristics of the tones, and it will be much easier to listen to the guitars that they have different sounds. So what I have here is just a few chords in the bridge, both pickups and neck, and then again. So I'm going to go back and forth between these two so you guys can listen to the sounds, and they are indeed very different. But one thing, the Les Paul, the Edwards Les Paul has a very hot bridge pickup, Seymour Duncan H something, I can recall, I put it on the screen, and the neck pickup, it's low, not low in output, but medium output, okay? So it's very different, more articulate, I would say, than the Gibson. And the Gibson for me is one guitar that, honestly, when I try to compare both guitars, for me is like, if guitar had ages, if they aged like we do, humans, I would say that the Les Paul is around 50 to 60 years old. You know, it's been around for a long time. And this one is a guitar that, although it can do anything, or basically almost everything that the Gibson does, is like a younger guitar, like 20 years old guitar, you know, like I don't know, a rock star that just pop out. I don't know. Now, regarding the serial number on my guitar, they say that the first two digits are from the year, and it's kind of impossible to know because they don't have really a serious database where you can look up for serial numbers. It's a mess up because my two serial numbers are 85, so my guitar is definitely not from 85 as far as I'm concerned. It would be into much too good shape to be true. But it's basically they weight the same, materials are the same, but that's discussed after that. So let's check out the bridge pickup here on the Edwards. I left it ring up to here because it's where it ends. The sustain here has a lot of sustain. Let's check out the Gibson one. Move this over here. It starts here, and let's see how the sustain also goes. So it goes very far, it goes up to here. It's still giving some signal, you can see down here on the metering. But once again, one and the other. More bite because it's more, has more gain to it. And one thing I can see from here is the Gibson has more body overall. So now let's, still on the bridge, but some other chords, the Gibson. Then I stopped here, and on the Edwards, and not on the Gibson. Has more low hand, okay? Now both pickups. Okay, I'm gonna talk now. It sustains a lot. It will not here, okay? Both pickups on the Edwards, and now both pickups on the Gibson. It does sustain a bit more. We wound up here, if you see the length of this, okay? It's bigger, it's still ringing than the Edwards in both pickups, okay? And once again, it has more body. Now, where we were, both pickups, let's go for the neck pickup on the Edwards. Once again. Lots of sustain, medium output. Gibson. Darker tone, beefier, and even more sustain. Once again, Gibson. Once again, Edwards. And then some chords I did here on the neck pickup. So on the Edwards, and now on the Les Paul, the Gibson Les Paul. Both guitars sound great, and the quality-wise, the Edwards is amazing. I believe the Gibson is more mature sounding, if that makes sense. For me, it does. But in terms of construction and quality, the Gibson certainly doesn't. It certainly does cost 4 times more. And I bought my Edwards here on a shop in Portugal. They retail for about 1,200. But I got it for 800. There was a big sale, so I had to have it. And you know, it costs 4 times more, the Les Paul, the Gibson Les Paul, but it doesn't sound 4 times better, if that makes also sense. So you guys saw here the graphic, how it stays, how it goes. And in the end, they're both great guitars, a little bit more mature sounding, the Les Paul, or a bit more in equilibrium, because also the pickup on the Edwards, the neck pickup, is medium output and the bridge is high output pickup, which is great for metal tones, that's for sure. But in the end, they're very close to it, to each other, and the difference price, the price tag difference is not, you know, should be less for the Gibson. Anyways, let's check out now the demo, just a demo of the Edwards, where I'll be explaining all the materials and stuff like that, comparing to the Gibson. it is, the Les Paul Edwards Custom in white, Alpine white as they call it. And I really like these guitars when they start to get yellow out. I don't know why, maybe because of the smoke, I don't know. And the headstock is the open book headstock that you'd expect to be. These inlays are really cool. I believe here on the top, on the head, are really mother of pearl inlays, but here are pearloid block inlays, not mother of pearl like the GIBSON one. It has Seymour Duncan pickups, and I'm gonna put on the screen which pickups are which. I know this one is has less output than this one. It's kind of a medium to low output. You're not gonna notice now that I have plenty of gain because you guys already heard it clean and crunch, but with high gain it doesn't necessarily reflect the low output of the pickup or medium output of the pickup here. This one is really hot, okay, and you guys already saw the tests regarding the body of the tone when it's clean and it's crunch. And now just the specs of the guitar, all mahogany body, and it has a maple top here, cap, just like a GIBSON. Ebony fingerboard, really beautiful. It's very, very well built. There's nothing here that how should I say? How should I put this? The GIBSON is not like 4 times better well built. Nothing like that. This is really, really up to any GIBSON Les Paul custom that I've played, and the one that I have here that costs 4 times more, but it's not justifiable. Then on the bridge, this is all Goto. It has Goto tuners here. I'm sorry for my voice here because it's a camera microphone. Goto tuners. I think I got it right. Yep. And then the serial is kind of a mystery to me because they say, like I told you before, has an 85 after the AD, and this is not, although they have some guitars made in from 85 to 92, I believe. Oh, the light is coming too dark. I believe this is not one of them. But anyways, pickguard, everything that you expect from Les Paul guitar. But then here on the bridge, you can see it's mounted. No, now you can see probably. It's mounted on the body itself. Doesn't have that little, you know, thing here. Like if it's a style like really old Les Pauls, correct me if I'm wrong, but that way, that is the way that it used to be, if I'm not mistaken, of course. And it's pretty much like I told you before, well built. By the way, I also changed the. My God, the light is going out and in. I don't know why. I already changed the switches because the ones that came are not very good in construction, and these ones are much faster, you know, speed knobs. So it really, if you look at it that like this, you can't say it's an Edwards or a Les Paul or a GIBSON Les Paul. I mean, the only thing that I've noticed regarding the body shape is the fact that this line here, because these guitars come from ESP, right? Is not. This is just a minor thing. There's a little bump here in this area, and then when it goes into the body, it's not as rounded. I should have put like this as a GIBSON Les Paul. Just a minor tweak thing. That you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed that before, but that's the way it is. And apart from that, it's totally like a Les Paul. I put it side by side with my custom, and the dimensions are exactly the same. Even the headstock angle, I believe it's the same. I really can't tell you right now the degrees. And it came with a gold thing here, metal for the poker chip. But like I told you before, I put in here one of these screens that I prefer. And it's very comfortable. The neck is kind of similar. It seems like a chunk neck here from the camera, but it's not. It's on the slim side of things, as well as my GIBSON. So there's not much of a difference between the necks, to be honest. And I think this is probably a little bit more comfortable. Other thing is the binding here. Probably you can't see because it's so white. I don't know. is not as thick as the Gibson, and the body is not as thick as the Gibson. The Gibson is a little bit more thickness to the body, just a few millimeters, but it is like that. And the weight, by the way, it's got a fairly good weight to it. Here goes the light out. Sorry guys, but my other camera just died out the battery, and it seems about weights about the same thing. One thing that I really like is the fact that the tuners are so smooth and precise that Jesus, like really, for me they're much better than on the Gibson side. I don't know why, but with the tulip thing, golden, all gold, of course, very beautiful. I'm not really a fan of the truss rod cover. If they went so far to replicate everything, I think they should put it like a bell shape, because, you know, that's the way it is. I hope the camera is also focusing. So right now I'm plugged into the Katana MK2, just the combo, not the head and the cap. And I'm using the brown channel. I think it's a brown channel. Yeah, it is. And so let's check out some high gain tones from this guitar. The controls work wonderfully. And the action is pretty low, with no you know, there's no fret buzz. There's only a little bit, but not noticeable, so it's not. And construction wise, here at the top where the binding here is, it's, well, I must say it's better finished, but some guys tell me, and I read on forums, that most of the time Les Pauls are made some parts by hand, if I don't know. And let me just grab my GIBSON, because here on the top, I don't know if you guys can see this, probably not, but at a certain angle, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the paint job, at a certain angles you can see the wood, even painted in black. You can see now the woods here. Okay, maybe it's the way it is. I don't know why you can see it. Even in this black color, you can see I forgot the name in English, the pore of the wood. You can see it over there, but not on the other one, not on the Edwards Les Paul. And you guys can see they are on the ground right now. The camera shot is not far from the best, but they are basically the same thing. Gibson being thicker. Sorry for the camera, guys, and the tone and the sound of my voice. Gotta be far away right now, but it's okay. So enough talking. Let's check out some tones here with some high gain. So this pickup is really high gainy. Loads and loads of sustain, just like in my Gibson. Now with all this distortion on the neck pickup, has less gain because it's has lower output, but with so much distortion, you guys won't probably be able to tell the difference. It's dying out because of the noise suppressor. Other than that, we'll go on the bridge pickup. I believe it came with 010s, but I changed it to Ernie Ball's Super Slink is 09 because it's my favorite guitar strings. You guys already heard the sound samples from clean to crunch. Now it's more of a distortion thing. And this pickup is really great because since it's like low medium output, it's very snappy. If you have low distortion on it, it can sound very like a P90, I don't know, something. And very warm to it, okay? Okay, let's put this in D. The patch that I have right now is not made from metal, but anyways. Back to E flat. Always with Les Pauls I have some difficulty, and other people as well, reaching the high frets, but you know, it's just normal. It's just a question of trying to do your best and be comfortable with the guitar and the warm up, and soon you'll be doing shred all over the place. And it's one of the things that I really didn't do before, which was kind of warm up, but you know, it's always like this, first take and that's it. Sorry, but I had to do it. So much sustain, and the amp, it's at 0.25 watts, so it's really low in volume here, and it has so much sustain. It's just such a strong sound. So to conclude, if you're in the market for a Les Paul custom and you don't want to spend $4,000 because they cost like that or more right nowadays because of inflation and all this stuff, grab one of these. These guitars are phenomenal built. I believe they are made in Japan, although some guys, it says on the sticker made in Japan, although some guys say they are made in, I don't know, China or something and then assembled in Japan. I don't know, but I don't care because the guitar is perfect as it is. And it's one keeper. I sold my Epiphone Les Paul, the white one, because, well, the price point is also almost, at least it's like half the price. And in this case, it's all justified because it doesn't come even close to the Epiphone Les Paul. And all Epiphones that I've had, even more expensive ones, they are good guitars, but they then have always the same problems, especially here with a poker chip. They fail a lot, and the frets are not as good as on this one. Jumbo frets, by the way. So this guitar is really, really amazing. For the price point, 1,200 euros, dollars, kind of the same thing. You can miss anything on this guitar, and it's very, very beautiful from any angle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a long review demo of the Edwards Les Paul Custom Alpine White. I don't know if it's Alpine White, but it's white. And I'll see you on the next one. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out this beautiful, beautiful headstock. Cheers guys, see you on the next one.